Looks like it's working.
Preparing to live stream the webinar.
My Windows says it is streaming live now on YouTube.
Okay. All right.
I guess we're live.
We're going to wait just a second longer. Done. Redirecting to YouTube, and there we are. We are live on YouTube, everybody. Welcome. I'm going to go ahead and just one setting here, and I think I will be a little more clear after I do that. Hi, welcome to Aurora Connects. This is episode 0. Because this is our first attempt at doing a webcast with Aurora Theater Company. My name is Josh Costello. I'm the artistic director. Usually after I say that, I say, please turn off your cell phones. And but here we are online during this time of social distancing and flattening the curve and working from home. We are doing this because of that, because social isolation, even though this is absolutely what we need to do in the face of COVID-19, and I'm so inspired by the way our community is coming together to really accept this shelter-in-place order and to do what we can to flatten the curve. It's still, it's awful to be all alone, and it's awful to be isolated, and there's lots of negative effects from that as well. And as a theater that serves our community, that it's all about connecting our artists and our audiences, we felt like we wanted to do something that would allow us to keep making those connections. And we can't be telling stories in the same way. We can't be inviting you into our space right now, but we can reach out and share with you how we're doing and reach out to our artists and share how they're doing and get our artists talking about their work and their lives and how this is affecting them and sharing it with all of you. So that's the idea. And episode 0, the idea with episode 0 is that this is new technology for all of us. This is a new format for all of us. And so we thought we should try it out once before we make it official. We are streaming live, and so people may stumble upon this, though we have not been publicizing it in advance. We will have this available for watching afterwards, and we will be announcing our episode 1, which will be next week, Friday at 4 p.m. Friday, that would be March 27th, because today is March 20th. And this is an online salon. It's a virtual happy hour. It's whatever you want to call it. It's a chance to check in with our community and with Aurora Theater Company. So welcome, everybody, to episode 0 of Aurora Connects. I want to start by introducing the other people on this session. Often we will be, again, talking to some of the artists who are working on our plays, who have worked on our plays, playwrights, actors, directors, designers. But for today, because it's episode 0, we have our wonderful Aurora staff members on the call. So we're going to go around, and if you guys could just introduce yourselves and maybe what your position is at Aurora, and if you want to share a little bit about how things are going for you right now, I think that would be great. Julie.
Hi, I'm Julie Saltzman-Kellner. I'm the managing director at Aurora for 10 years. I'm also questioning whether or not I'm seen on the screen.
I believe you are, yeah.
Our stage manager, Amanda, says, yes, I am. Thank you, Amanda. So I've been at Aurora 10 years, and suddenly we're in a whole new world. And trying to just figure out day by day how to keep things going. I am, it's been a crazy week. I feel like last week was 6 months ago and last month was 5 years ago. It's just crazy. Today I'm doing better actually because I'm forcing breaks. And I'll share that with all of you and with the world that there's so much to do. We're trying to make so many big decisions for the theater and for our staff and for our artists. I'm also a mom of a 4-year-old. I'm a wife of a 8th grade school teacher who's trying to teach online to his kids and figure it out. And so we're all figuring it out. And, the last several days have been very nonstop. And today, I took an hour and watched TV and just kind of casually looked at emails on my phone because I think we're going to be in for the long haul here a little bit. And we can't, I don't think we can keep going quite as we have been at the intensity we've been going these last few days.
Yeah. Great. Dawn.
Hey, I'm Dawn Monique Williams, Associate Artistic Director at Aurora. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I've been at Aurora just about 7 months, just started in October when Josh took the helm as Artistic Director. And I've been working remote already for 6 weeks because I was directing a show in New Orleans. And I had just got back to the office last week and was looking forward to some time in the office when it was decided that everybody should work remote. So I'm kind of used to this routine a little bit, but we are adapting to some new technologies and using new apps. I live in a house in the Bay Area with 6 other humans and 4 dogs and a cat. So staying in place is a challenge, a welcome challenge. I take a lot of my phone calls in the car, and that's where I'm at. Yeah.
Thank you. All right, Amanda.
Hi, I'm Amanda Mason, the production manager for Aurora. Things are a little crazy here. I have a 8-month-old and a 2.5-year-old and a husband who's a mortgage broker, all trying to be in my house, and a dog. So we're a little crazy constantly, as we always were before this, and now even more so with all of us trying to work from home. So we're figuring it out, but hanging in there. Yeah, that's hanging in there, getting through each day as best I can.
All right, sounds good. Kendra.
Hello. Is it on to me, or I can't tell? Okay, great. So I'm Kendra Johnson. I'm the Development and Special Events Coordinator. And technology at my house has been interesting because my computer is older than the Obama administration. So I had to completely upgrade my entire computer the first day. And it finally is starting to work to where I can actually get some work done, which is good. But I have a feeling like a lot of folks are they might be on the same boat of like, oh, I have to break out the computer that I haven't used, that's been sitting in the closet. So, but I'm here at home in Richmond, and I have a cat who has been wanting to get all the attention forever. She's finally like settling into like, oh, this is a new normal. Okay. And then my boyfriend, who's a circus performer, lost all the gigs within a matter of seconds, as well as his teaching job as a circus performer. So it's been really sad to see not only the theater community lose so much, but also a lot of our friends in the circus community too. So it's been rough. But I'm trying to take it day by day and go from there.
All right, thank you, Kendra. I think that's everybody on the call, right? I'm trying to see, yeah. So we're going to talk a little bit about what's going on at Aurora Theater Company, and then a couple of other things before we sign off for the week. So Julie, we have had to cancel our production of Loot, which is particularly sad because that was when Tom Ross, our former artistic director, who was my boss for 7 years before I stepped into the role, Tom was coming back to direct that play. We actually had 2 days of rehearsal before we had to cancel. And so they were just in that stage of like discovering how much fun it was, and everybody, laughing in rehearsal and having a great time, and all the possibilities are open. And then the plug had to get pulled. So Julie, you want to tell us a little bit about that and where we're at?
Sure. Yeah. As Josh says, we had to cancel Loot. It was such a sad, painful decision. But ultimately we knew the right one for health and for the community. This was several days before the shelter in place order came out. So we didn't quite know that we literally had no choice, but it seemed pretty clear that there was no way to responsibly continue to bring people together, and that ultimately, certainly we weren't going to be able to bring audiences together. So we did go ahead and cancel after the second day of rehearsals. We had 2 days rehearsal. We made the decision. Josh and I and the staff and the executive committee of our board made this decision. And then Josh was able to talk with the artists, and we started talking to our community. And luckily for us, the good news in all of this is that our subscribers are the amazing people we thought they were. We're so grateful and really moved by how generous people are being. We have over 80%, probably close to 85% of our subscribers are donating their tickets back, other than asking for a refund. And that is making literally all the difference for us to be able to continue moving forward here and continue making payroll. and also giving us a little hope. You know, it's really painful to not have the show go on. And the fact that people are standing with us is really making a huge difference. You know, we are still deciding about The Ruler and Sex with Strangers, our shows that are coming up the rest of the season. Those decisions will obviously be made soon. We're trying to, frankly, just take as much time as we possibly can because the information is changing so very quickly. And we're, you know, in a position now. We're a small organization. We have reserves, but not deep reserves, particularly at this time of year, which is just before our subscription campaign begins. It is always the tightest, hardest part of the year cash-wise. So we're making hard decisions about staffing, about pay, about hours. We have had to reduce hours of some staff members, which is not fun for anybody involved at all. Everybody, you know, we're all in this together. And I think hopefully everybody thinks we feel that, but I think we feel that. Josh and I are taking the same cut, despite obviously not reducing hours during this time, because we really want to help support everybody being able to continue going longer. And luckily some of our board members and some other donors are making gifts right now, which is extraordinarily helpful, to help us continue forward, to weather the storm, to keep staff around, to keep staff in their homes and with food and safe and healthy, and here for us when we are ready to come back, which we believe we will.
Yeah, and just to be clear about it, you know, we did cancel the show, but we had to, you know, we had already spent quite a bit of money on the play, and even if the subscribers donate their tickets back, that means the single ticket buyers that would have come and seen the show had we done it are not buying tickets, obviously. So it's a pretty big loss, and if we have to cancel additional shows in the season, as seems, you know, like a very plausible possibility, it'll be a bigger loss as well. And so we are looking at, you know, a real challenge, you know, to move forward. We've been really lucky also, I think I could say, about the rent, that our landlord has offered us a discount on our rent for the month, and we're really, that makes a huge difference for us. So we have delayed our season announcement. That should be coming soon. I'm really excited to start talking about the plays we're going to do. We also had to delay our gala, Supernova, our biggest play of the year. Kendra, do you want to just talk briefly about that decision and what the plan is for our gala for the Supernova?
Yeah, so we are now going to host it on July 13th, which is a Monday night. We do host Supernova specifically on a Monday, so that way artists can be available to attend and join us in the festivities. It will still be at Kamal, which is just around the corner from Aurora Theater. And they've been amazing, but they're kind of in the same boat as well, because I just looked on their websites and they've closed their doors for the time being and only doing small takeouts. So what I would say for that is, if there's a restaurant around the area that you love, like Kamal, please go and visit them once they're back up and open. Yeah.
Or buy gift certificates now, which is
yes,
extremely similar to the concept of buying subscriptions now.
Yeah. Yeah.
All you will do. But theaters and restaurants, all the arts organizations, all of the restaurants, all of the small businesses are struggling and are going to continue to struggle. And particularly those that you love, finding ways to support them now is extremely useful.
Yeah. Do you want to say a little bit about what makes Supernova so much fun, Kendra?
So it's not a traditional sit-down gala. It's more like a buffet. You walk around with your food and beverage. Kamal is actually having a full open bar, which is amazing. And then they can have, you can taste all of their different tequilas and mezcals. And our VIP guests will have a tour and tasting of the different tequilas that they offer. So then you can get a sneak peek of your favorite beverage for the night. But it's also, it's more about mingling and sitting with folks you want to chat with and getting to know different artists. And we'll have our, like the regular layout with the silent auction in the first hour, where you can bid on some of pretty cool packages. I'm excited about some of them, including one of my friends who has amazing succulent arrangements, and she has decided that she'll offer up a free workshop for a group of small folks, and we'll also include some wine in that. So I want to give a shout out to her, and we'll send out more information about that too. And then we'll have our treasure balloons, which if you've never been to an Aurora gala in the past, we'll have folks walking around with balloons that will have mystery prizes in them, worth $25, $50, or $100. And you get to pop a balloon, whatever's in that, that's what you get. And it's really fun. All of the items in each of the balloons are either worth that amount or more. So, and it's a great way that if folks who don't want to bid on something big, but they're like, oh, it's kind of fun to just gamble a little bit, you can spend 50 or 25 bucks for a balloon. And then we'll have our exciting live auction and have some really neat packages there. Michael Tate will be our auctioneer, which he's just fabulous. I cannot wait to work with him. This will be our first year working with him, but I've seen him in action and very excited how he's going to interact with our group here. So I think the biggest thing with this one is the ticket includes a full open bar. So after this is all over and said and done with, we'll definitely need a few drinks. So yeah.
Yeah, so we're really hoping that things pass over by then, and that we're able to have this wonderful party, and maybe be a time when people really want to celebrate together. So hopefully that's where we'll be at in July. Thank you for that. Dawn, could you talk a little bit about how we are all working at home and how that's going, and how we are making it work as a theater when none of us can be in the same place?
Yeah, absolutely. So as somebody who's a freelance artist, I do a lot of remote work. And so I'm actually really excited that Aurora has integrated Zoom so much more into our processes. It allowed to really work when I was away directing, but even more so now. I see you all more now than I did when we were all in the office together. So yeah, it looks like everybody's set up their own little home office situation, and we're using Zoom for a lot of our meetings. We're using Google Hangouts for a lot of our meetings. The thing that has been super wonderful, if not overwhelming, has been the integration of Slack, which is a tool that lets us have kind of a constant multiple streams of messages going. And there's been a little bit of a learning curve, but now we're learning how to do threads and pin things and star things and direct message each other and connect it to our Google Drives. And of course, the traditional VPN, we've all been having our individual struggles with VPN and remote desktop, but I think today we're all set because our tech director has been so instrumental in kind of pivoting to IT in the same way that Amanda, our production manager, is sort of now line producing these webcasts. So theater makers are creative problem solvers no matter what. We pivoted very quickly. But yeah, it's kind of crazy, but also really great to see how this technology can help us stay connected and still working and still having big group discussions and small breakouts. And we even have some threads that are just like, what are your kids doing right now? Or like, good morning, or what'd you eat for lunch? How are people managing stress today? So that's been really great.
Great, thank you. Yeah, and speaking of that, so we were thinking also, what else can we offer as a company? What expertise do we have that people might need right now? And Dawn talked about how our technical director, which usually means building our sets, he's now doing a lot of IT work for us and helping us get all of our remote systems set up. And that's Cameron Schwartzel. And Cameron has offered to make his assistance available to any of our patrons who are having a hard time getting online and getting their Skype or Zoom or Hangouts or FaceTime set up on their home computers. It's been really great for me, I know, to talk to my loved ones. My parents are in town, and they babysit my kids all the time, and now we can't see each other in person. And so we've been chatting with them every day online, and that makes a big difference. I've been talking with my family all around the world. And I know some of this stuff can be quite daunting. And so if anybody is having technical problems and needs somebody to just help them, how can I get this working so I can talk to my friends, so I can talk to my family, let us know, and Cameron will help you out. You can send us an email, go to our website. What email address, Julie? info@auroratheater.org. Is that a good one?
I think it might actually be better if I set up a new email address. We should have thought about this before this.
I know, it's just occurring to me now.
I know. Why don't we set up
Tech support?
what do you think, Amanda? Is that going to be confusing for meaning tech otherwise?
Tech support at auroratheater.org. Let's do it. So email.
All right, I will set that up tonight.
Great. So starting tonight, Friday night, you can email tech support at auroratheater.org and request a phone call, and Cameron will get you set up with whatever you need. So we're going to wrap this up pretty quick, but can I just hear from each of you guys online with me one thing that's bringing you joy right now? I think it's, there's a lot of stuff that we all are having a lot of anxiety about. We don't know what the news is going to be next week, but as we are all self-isolating and as the news is getting worse, we still have to be looking for the things to give us hope and to give us joy going forward. I think that's really important. So Amanda, what's something that's giving you joy?
Getting to watch my son learn to stand up by himself.
That's pretty great. Yeah, Julie, what about you?
I really have to make it two. It's both the subscribers who are just being so generous, it's really just meaning so much, but also the sunshine outside and being able to actually go out there and see the flowers in the sun is just amazing.
Excellent. Kendra?
I used to play cello in the symphony in college and haven't done it in 20 years, so I picked it back up, and that's what I'm using my evenings is practicing cello.
Nice. Dawn?
I also have two. I have a newborn niece who lives at home with me. She's 6 weeks old. And I mean, she's amazing. I missed her birth because I was out of town. So it's been really great to just snuggle with her every day. And also FaceTiming with friends who literally live like 3 miles away, but we can't see each other. So the videos with friends has been really necessary.
Yeah, and I'll say for me, it's been actually having a similar, like having video chats with my family, people on the East Coast, people in Europe, people I haven't talked to very much because we're so far apart, and we see each other once a year, once every couple of years, and just having this excuse to get on together, a bunch of us on a call, and just check in and see everybody's faces and hear everybody's voices has been really, really lovely. So lots of reasons for joy. Couple of things, and then we'll wrap it up. We are accepting donations. There's no other way to say it. We are have a hard time right now, and if you feel like you're in a position where you can help us get through this and weather this storm so that we can open up again with our next show, whether that is coming up this spring or whether it won't be till the fall, we could really use whatever you feel inclined to share with us. Kendra, do you want to talk about that a little bit, how people can give if they feel so inclined?
Yes. So if you go to the Aurora website, which is auroratheater.org, why am I blanking?
Org.
.org. It's auroratheater.org.
Auroratheater.org, and that's R-E in theater. In the upper right-hand corner, there is a donate button. So you can go through the online platform. If you do not feel comfortable doing things online, you're welcome to email me directly and I will give you a call. It will be from my cell phone because I'm calling from home. And that's kjohnson@auroratheater.org. So kjohnson@auroratheater.org.
And that's Johnson.
Or,
H, right?
sorry. Of course, people are welcome to send checks, IRA distributions. I'm going by the Theater Weekly to pick up checks and make deposits and pay bills. So that is also an option for people for whom that is a better way to do it.
All
I want
right.
to tell everyone there are 9 people watching our YouTube stream right now.
All right. Hello, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you have ideas for topics you want to hear us talk about, if you have questions about Aurora or about theater or anything you'd like us to discuss, please let us know. You can comment on the YouTube page. You can email us. My email address is jcostello@auroratheater.org. We will be, again, talking with artists. Starting next week, we'll be talking about our new season. We'll be having all kinds of wonderful, fun conversations on here every Friday at 4 p.m. Thank you all so much. Thank you for everything you're doing at this time to keep us all safe. And thank you for staying connected with Aurora Theater Company and with our community. Thank you all so much. I'm going to wrap this up. Good night, everybody. Oh, and of course, now I have to go through the whole thing. Just give me a moment. If I'm still here, I am trying to log back into the place where I can end it. And I'm jumping.
Well, hi, guys.
Okay, all right. End meeting. There we go. Good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Good night.